First, want to start out by thanking everyone, my supporters, people who tuned in that night, people who showed up that night, people who talk shit to Gib, his team, to my coaches, my team, my family, my friends. Thank you all for being a part of the experience. So it took me 6 months to convince myself that it was okay to share what I experienced that night with you guys and to be vulnerable enough with you guys to share what I'm about to share. So now I'm about to share something with you guys that nobody knows besides my family and my team, and now you guys.
Fight and fight, you gotta be the promoter too. Yeah. That's a lot.
Obviously, if anybody knows about boxing, you can't do none of this.
Don't tell Pops.
I'm not.
I'll wake up and I'll be alright to just...
Fucking stupid, man.
Stop the car!
Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Papa on the spinach, double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant, I'm the type can and me casting grind like I'm broke.
A Nissan get...
That is the best boxing match I've ever seen.
So it took me 6 months to convince myself that it was okay to share what I experienced that night with you guys.
Hey guys, we need to clear out the room. Go ahead, everybody out.
Whew. That was one hell of a fight. Gib, you're one hell of a fighter. You deserve that win. And I wish you the best of luck to who you fight next. So I feel like majority of people who experienced or would have experienced what I experienced that night would have shared this story immediately. Definitely the old Austin would have shared this the night after the fight. But the new me wanted to wait until the time was right. And I also didn't want to take anything away from Gib that night. So now I'm about to share something with you guys that nobody knows besides my family and my team. And now you guys. I'm gonna try my best to narrate the day of the fight and how it all went down. So leading up to the day of the fight, I was a little under the weather, but nothing that could have affected my performance. The morning of the fight is when things started taking a little turn for the worst. I woke up, was trying to eat breakfast. I couldn't eat anything, unfortunately. My energy was low. I wasn't feeling like myself. So then I took a nap before my family was gonna come over and pick me up to take me to the stadium. So I took about a 3-4 hour nap. When I woke up from the nap, I was feeling great, rejuvenated, ready to go. Me and my team were watching film. We were very excited, everything. I was feeling back to normal. My family came by, we were taking pictures. The team was getting ready to jump on the sprinter. And just before we jumped on the sprinter, I don't know what it was, but something overcame my body, and that's when I started feeling down again. So after we got in the sprinter, it was only about a 15-20 minute drive for me to get to the stadium and try to rest before my fight. As I was on the sprinter, I was laying on Catherine, she had a towel on my head, and I was literally just trying to rest, and no one knows what was going on besides myself. I didn't want to tell anybody because I felt like I was gonna be able to get through whatever I was feeling by myself. As we pulled up to the stadium, we hit a stop because there was so much traffic of everybody trying to get to the stadium that we were literally just stuck inside the sprinter for like 20-30 minutes. And that's when I started feeling like claustrophobic. I felt like I was gonna pass out. And I remember like it was yesterday, Catherine and my team were literally yelling at the driver to just let me out to get some fresh air. So I finally got off the sprinter. I pulled Yogi, my coach, aside, and I basically told him how I was feeling. I need to get down.
I know, I need you. Hey. Hey. Yo. Can we, yeah, we can just get out right here, baby. We not feeling good. God damn. It's fucking stupid, man. We gotta stop it. He's not feeling good, please.
Stop the car!
I felt like it was only right to tell him because of how bad that I was feeling. And so I basically just said, hey bro, I have a fever right now. I'm super hot. I got the chills. I'm sweating. My body is aching. Is there anything we can do other than stall until I have to fight because I need to get better immediately? And you know, he just gave me the rundown of we got to get, you know, electrolytes in you. Let's have you, you know, rest up and just not think about nothing.
What's wrong? What's wrong? I got crazy fever. No, you don't. The chills, my body aching.
No. Oh, yeah.
You gotta stall to get this shit out, bro. Don't tell Pops, nigga.
I'm not.
Because I gotta take a cold shower and just go to sleep in the locker room.
Okay.
I had it this morning.
Really?
And then I took Advil, slept for 2 hours.
Where's the Advil?
And then I tried to get some in there, and then it started feeling better. And when I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I remember I had that moment of
Yeah.
and then it just started hitting me before we left the house.
We need to get some Advil for you.
And so after I shared with him how I was feeling, he almost didn't believe it. He was like, no way, like he was in shock. Obviously, that's like the last thing you want to hear as a coach is that, your fighter isn't feeling well or feeling sick or feeling ill. And so after I told him that, we walked to the locker room. I grabbed the closest blanket I could to me. I sat on the couch and literally curled up in a ball and just tried to get some rest. As soon as I was laying there, the commission knew something wasn't right. They were in the locker room with us. We had other fighters, my brother warming up, getting ready for their fight. And as they were doing it, I'm literally just laying down on the couch, just trying to get some rest, hoping I feel better in the next few hours. The commission keeps asking me, hey, is everything okay? What's going on with you? They see I have electrolytes next to me. They see I have fruit next to me. Just the little things to hopefully change how I was feeling, but they knew something wasn't right. And all I was telling them was, hey, I think I ate something bad. I'll be okay. I'm literally trying to just make sure that they don't stop me from fighting. I'm literally lying to them, telling them I'm gonna be okay. But I know deep down inside, I wasn't okay. So then I felt like I needed to take a cold shower to hopefully, shake whatever off that I had on my body. If anybody knows me, knows that when it comes to events, when it comes to performing in front of a large crowd, that's what I live for. I love entertaining you guys. I'm a showman, and I've been doing it ever since high school. I've been performing in front of thousands of people with sports, now my own events, and so me being nervous was out of the question. That's one thing I don't get, is nervous. And so I knew something was really wrong with me. So when I took the shower, this is when I think it took even a worse turn than I was already feeling. It's when I started throwing up countless number of times over and over again, probably for like 5-10 minutes. And these throw-ups weren't like your normal throw-up. It was literally me yakking, almost as if I was like dying.
From here forward, okay? And just the silhouette. Just remember that. Ear forward, okay? You hit them in the ear, that's okay.
During my throwing up process, the commission actually came in while I was butt naked, and they were looking at me like, what's going on? Like, you're not okay. Like, you gotta tell me what's going on now. And all I could really say is like, I'm fine, I'll be all right, I'm just feeling a little ill. And so when I got out of the shower, I had to make one phone call, and that was to my doctor that takes care of me whenever I'm feeling sick, whenever my kids are feeling sick at any time of the day. He's the best doctor in the world. And I asked him, my man, what can I do to help me walk out and continue this night? He said, the best thing we can do for you is try to send a doctor out your way and hook you up to an IV. And obviously, if anybody knows about boxing, you can't do none of this the night of your fight. And obviously the commission had no idea, because we had to sneak everything we were doing in order for me to have a chance to fight. And obviously I was 100% down. And so we actually snuck to another room where it was peace and quiet and dark. The doctor came in. She literally snuck in a whole IV system, hooked me up to the IV, and I was sitting there for about 45 minutes to an hour, just letting all of the liquids into my body. And I'm resting, I'm praying, hopefully this will turn me around to give me enough energy to go out there and do what I gotta do. And again, I repeat, the commission had no idea what was going on. I tried my best to hide everything that was happening in order for me to fight, because if they knew, they would have stopped the fight. So as I'm taking the IV, I'm laying there, and Catherine's filming me, and I'm like all out of it, like passing out. And I'm telling her, like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, I probably got like 1 or 2 rounds in me, and that's it. Like, I gotta try to get him out of there as fast as I can, or else it's over for me.
Yep, this is what's happening right before the big moment.
Relax your face for now. It's gonna hurt a little bit, okay?
I just gotta get him out of there early. That's all I gotta say. I can't play around with this kid. I'm about to hit him with a shot so quick. He gonna be like, God damn, he came out the gate like that. Damn, I feel bad because this sickness made me want to beat him up fast.
Sickness made you have to beat him up fast.
Well, you said you were gonna do it fast anyways.
Now I really gotta do it fast.
You got no choice.
So after I was done with the IV, Catherine was like, okay, so are you ready? And I'm like, to be honest, no. Like, I just want to sleep for another hour. And she was like, no, you gotta fight an hour. And I was like, okay, just give me 20 minutes. Let me just lay down in the dark. And so I slept for about 20 minutes, my coach comes in and he asks me, hey man, we gotta get out there, we gotta start warming up.
I don't even know what to tell him at this point because it's like, what the fuck can we do?
Bro, we gotta try to stall, bro, because I can't even get up right now, bro. I don't know how to fight. Like, I have to fight because we got this far, bro. Like,
I know.
This money.
I know.
We got family and friends here. We got the fans out there waiting, bro. And if I don't fight, you already know it's gonna be a whole different
I know, we about to be out here.
People will be talking shit, saying I'm scared. Like,
I know, I already know.
Bro, how does that happen right now, bro?
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm trying to figure out what we can do. It's like, shit, we already postponed it once. It's like, I don't even know what the fuck to do, bro. But.
So then, it's my time to walk up to my boy YG. If anybody knows my walkouts from my last fight, when I walked out Lil Baby, you know how turned it was. You know how excited I was. You know how I was dancing, smiling the whole time. My last walkout was nowhere near that. I'm literally crawling to the ring, trying to get this over with. And when I get to the ring, my coach looks at me one last time and he's like, hey, you don't have to do this. Like, you really don't. Are you okay to do this? And I'm like, to be honest, it's my only option. Everyone's here. We spent all this money to have the event. I know it'll be 10 times worse for me if I don't fight. People be talking shit, making excuses on what's happening, what's going on, and I couldn't do that to the fans. And so I told myself it was gonna be what it's gonna be. I was gonna roll the dice and pray for the best. As the bell rings, I'm telling myself, come on, give it all you can for just this first round, and hopefully we can end it quick.
Better boxing, but you can see some of that. That's a nice left to the body by Austin McBroom. I like how McBroom is using that lead hand to make sure
As you guys seen, I think within like 30 seconds, I drop Gib falls, and you guys see me do this like excited like cheer, and me doing this excited cheer was me saying, Gib, please stay down, because if you get up, it's over for me. Literally, that was like my moment of me saying, I got a chance to end this right now. But the moment he got up, I knew it was over for me. I knew I didn't have much left in me. All I had was basically the IV drip that he gave me, and if anybody knows about getting the IV, you guys know that's only for you to have enough energy to stand up or to get out of bed, not for you to go out there and fight somebody. So as you all know, the results were the results. And after the fight, I went to the hospital, and sure enough, I was tested positive with COVID. As I'm sitting there, as the doctors are telling me my results, if anybody knows me, I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And I feel like me losing that night was way bigger than me winning. As much as they wanted to keep me in the hospital because my fever was like at 104, I just wanted to get back home to my family. That's all I could think about. I didn't care about me losing. I accepted me losing internally just because I was so defeated even before getting in the ring. And if anybody knows my competitive nature, and no matter how many times I was getting knocked down, I was gonna keep getting back up and fight to the end. Even when I got knocked down the last time, I was gonna get back up again, but the ref obviously called it off. He was like, no more. I'm sure everybody who was watching was also like, no more. My family, Catherine, everybody watching was like, yo, just be done. Like, I think it was after the second or third time I got knocked down, my coach, my dad, my family was like, yo, just be done, because they obviously knew what I was going through that night. They knew how bad I was feeling. They knew how ill I was. And they just wanted me to be done with it and put it behind me. So luckily that night I got to go home and spend time with my family. That's the only people I wanted to be around. There were so many emotions going on with the fans, with everyone that was around me. And to me, the only thing that mattered was me being healthy for my family. So we got to take some time away. We got to travel. We got to experience new things. These past 6 months have been really good for me. I feel like I changed as a person for the better. And I really had a long talk with Catherine. As you guys know, Catherine is not a fan when it comes to me boxing. She doesn't feel good about it. She's never felt good about it. I had to always convince her that, this is what I want to do. She knows how competitive I am. She knows I've been all about sports my entire life, so she was being a great wife and supporting anything that was gonna involve sports. And so we had a long talk, and you know, obviously the question came up of me getting in the ring again. Everyone kept asking, Austin, are you gonna get in the ring again? I had all these outlets and people texting me nonstop about, hey, you should get back in, man. You're a warrior, you have heart. And to be honest, I didn't have an answer for them because I didn't know. And after having a long talk with Catherine, surprisingly, she was the one convincing me to get back in the ring. And she was like, you know, for what you experienced, I know how competitive you are. I know there is no way that you're gonna end your boxing career from the last fight. And as I'm sitting here listening to her, I'm like, you're right. In my head, even after I lost, was like, there was no way this was gonna stop me from boxing again. And I can't thank her enough for supporting me and my future and what I wanna do with this boxing. With that being said, since I got the approval from, you know, the wife, happy life, it's time for me to step back in the ring. And I feel like anyone who goes through a traumatic experience, kind of like what I went through, looks for motivation to get back. And I feel like my motivation speaks for itself. I also had a long talk with myself, and I told myself in order for me to fight again, I don't want social gloves to be involved because I don't want to be involved as a businessman. I really want to focus on training and boxing. That is it. It's too much to try to focus on everything at once and try to make everything happen. So I want to thank all the promotion companies who reached out to me in the last 6 months and are giving me an opportunity to get back in the ring. I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I can only choose one promotion company to fight with, and I did just that. I'm super excited to announce where I'm going to be fighting and who I'm going to be fighting. The only thing I can tell you guys is that I'm going to be fighting in Europe this year. Few times. Last thing I want to say is my last fight, I did it for you guys. There were so many people that were trying to convince me not to fight that night, but I couldn't let you guys down. I really did it for you guys. But my next fight, I'm doing it for myself. And Gib, hopefully I'll see you again soon.